Mama. The voice sliced through the crisp ambience of the Miramar Tower's glass atrium in downtown Seattle. Conversation faltered, forks paused midair, and a collective hush swept through the dining room. All heads turned toward the source. A small boy, barely 4, bolted past the front concierge. His tiny sneakers slapped against the marble floor as he ran. His curls bounced with every step, and his eyes shimmered with raw emotion. In the middle of the room, Elena Vasquez, dressed in a pale blue blazer, froze as she was about to clink glasses with the city's mayor. She turned slowly. The child rushed into her arms, gripping her waist with complete certainty. "Hi, Mama," he said, breathless. Elena stood still, the polished world around her slipping out of focus. Her fingers brushed the boy's cheek, stunned. Something flickered his lips, the slope of his nose, the familiar warmth of his gaze. It was like looking at a fragment of a life she'd buried years ago. Sometimes the past doesn't return with warning. Sometimes it just calls you Mama in front of an audience. If this story resonates, leave a comment below. Let us know where you're watching from. Like and subscribe for more powerful stories that stay with you long after the screen goes dark. From the corner of the room, a woman rushed forward, eyes wide. "Luca," she exclaimed. It was Naomi Brooks, wearing a cafe apron and a panic-stricken expression. She scooped the boy into her arms. "I'm so sorry, Ms. Vasquez," she murmured, her voice trembling. "He must have seen your face on a magazine cover. Children make odd connections sometimes. Please forgive him." Elena stared. "Luca," she repeated. Naomi nodded, clutching the boy tightly. Andrew Clark, Elena's longtime advisor, leaned in close. "Do you remember New Orleans? 10 years ago. Charity benefit." His voice dropped. "You lost your phone. Had too much champagne. You woke up in the suite upstairs." A shadow passed through Elena's eyes. She had never figured out who had helped her that night. Only a note left behind: you needed rest. No names. Just care. And a silver bracelet with the initials NB. She had kept it all these years in a box beneath her bed. Naomi backed away. "We'll go now." "I didn't mean for—" "No," Elena interrupted softly. "Take him upstairs. I'd like to speak with you both. Later." Naomi hesitated, then nodded. She vanished into the staff hallway, Luca snuggled against her shoulder. Elena stood still. The clinking of glasses resumed, but whispers lingered. Andrew looked at her. "Are you okay?" She didn't answer. She turned toward the massive windows, Seattle rain painting soft trails down the glass. Inside her chest, something stirred: disbelief, awe, and the fragile edge of possibility. Elena's calendar began to change. Meetings rescheduled, dinners postponed, interviews declined. Slowly, and then all at once, time began to revolve around Luca. Wednesdays became art class days. Luca loved watercolor. Fridays were for chocolate chip pancakes. And Sundays were now reserved for long walks at Green Lake Park with Elena, Naomi, and a boy who insisted every tree needed a name. For a woman who once ran an empire from dawn until midnight, Elena now found herself learning the difference between dinosaur breeds and building Lego towers without checking email. But change brought tension too. At a school meeting for new parents, one mother whispered behind her hand, "That's Elena Vasquez, the CEO. And that's her nanny," another added, glancing at Naomi. Naomi heard it. And for a split second, she froze. Then she smiled. "Actually," she said kindly, "I'm the one who gave birth to him." The women blinked, mouths open. Later, as they walked to the car, Naomi turned to Elena. "I know they don't mean harm. But sometimes I feel like I'm standing in your shadow." Elena stopped walking. "Naomi, you carried him, raised him, sang to him when he was sick. I've only just begun to understand what that takes. I never want to take that from you." Naomi exhaled slowly. "Thank you." Back at the hotel, Luca sat on the carpet drawing yet another crayon masterpiece. This one showed a house with 2 windows and a sun smiling above. 3 figures stood in the yard. "This is home," he explained. Elena sat beside him. "Which one's me?" He pointed. "That's you. You're always holding the snacks." She laughed. Naomi came into the room with a folder. There's something you should see. Inside were legal papers. Shared guardianship agreements, emergency contacts, educational decisions. Nothing court-ordered. Just documents that said, we agree. We parent together. I've been thinking, Naomi said. If something happens to me, I want him to stay with you. Elena's eyes filled. Are you sure? I've never been more sure. He's safe with you. They signed together that night. But the peace didn't last. The blog post dropped on a Monday morning. Elena Vasquez, power broker or secret parent? It was just speculation, no photos, no sources. But the questions were enough to trigger a wave of attention. Paparazzi parked outside the school. Reporters called the front desk. Social media exploded with opinions. Inside the hotel, Elena sat with Andrew and Naomi. I can deny it, Andrew said. Say it's false. No, Elena replied. The truth isn't shameful. Naomi looked uncertain. What about Luca? I'll talk to him, Elena said. That night, she knelt beside his bed. People might say things about us, she said softly. Like what? Like, you're not my son. Or that we shouldn't be together. Luca blinked. That's silly. You're my mama too. She smiled, kissed his forehead. Yes, I am. The next day, Elena held a press conference in a small room with no flashing lights. She told the truth about New Orleans, about Naomi, about Luca. I didn't find family in a plan. I found it in a moment I didn't expect. And I'm choosing it. The internet buzzed for 48 hours. Then it faded. And in the quiet after the storm, something else bloomed, respect. Part 6, the school play. Winter came. Luca was cast as the moon in his school's holiday play. Elena rearranged an investor summit to make it. Naomi baked cupcakes for the whole class. The night of the performance, the auditorium buzzed with excitement. Elena and Naomi sat front row, fingers crossed. When the curtain rose, Luca stepped forward, his silver costume glinting under the lights. I am the moon, he declared proudly, and I shine on my family. He pointed at the audience, at the two women who had given him the world. Everyone clapped. But Elena and Naomi held each other's hand. That night, as they walked home through the cold, Luca swinging between them, Elena whispered, I didn't think I'd ever have this. Naomi smiled. Neither did I. Above them, the real moon glowed bright. And below, 3 hearts beat in sync, mother, mother, son. A chosen family. Unbreakable,